Okay, here we are, folks. State of Play, February 25th, 2021. Live here with YongYea. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing alright. Now, to set some expectations, Sony hasn't said much about what we'll see at this event, but they did release this statement. Let me know if the volume's okay, by the way. I know there's a lot of background stuff happening with this pre-stream segment, but it says right here, a new slate of game updates and deep dives coming this Thursday. Time for another State of Play. This Thursday, a State of Play broadcast will serve up new updates and deep dives for 10 games coming to PS4 and PS5, including new game announcements and updates on some of the third-party and indie titles you last saw in June's PS5 showcase. The show's clocking it at 30 minutes or so, give or take. Can't wait to hear what you think. So, it's not going to be super long. It's not going to be like Nintendo Direct's 50 minutes. It's going to be 30 minutes. Games for both PS4 and PS5. Some new game announcements. I know that'll already get people's hopes up about Elden Ring or whatever. I don't know. I'm keeping my expectations tempered for this one. I don't want to hype myself up too much. Because, yeah, we all know what happens when we get too hyped for these. And this is like early in the year. I don't suspect we're gonna see some mind-blowing announcement. Though, who knows? Maybe they'll surprise me. But for the most part, I'm gonna expect to see familiar things. Things that they've already shown. Would love to see a little bit more of Horizon. I think they might show Ratchet and Clank, because that game's sort of close-ish to launch. I know people would love to see like a tease of God of War 2, but I'm not gonna set myself up to be expecting that. Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Sony's saving their really huge reveals for summer, as is basically every game company. So that's my take on that. We'll see what happens, though. In the meantime, though, it's nice to get to hang out with you guys. The Order 1887. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2. I don't think that game's close to being ready to be shown. So, yeah. Persona 6? I don't think we're going to see Persona 6 for at least 2 years. You know, the Persona 5 is such a hit, and they're cranking out, you know, like Persona 5 Strikers and all of these things. So they're focused on expanding on P5, in my opinion. The Elden Ring would be cool if they just teased us. But, you know, I think this is going to focus maybe, I don't know, more on exclusives or more on third parties or a little bit of both. Hard to say. Oh, we got Viper MW Modern Warfare 2 here on the Super Chat. What about Ghost of Tsushima 2 or Story DLC? I think, you know, with the release of that multiplayer mode, I think they're done with Ghost of Tsushima. Though if they announce a DLC, I'd be down for that. Ghost of Tsushima 2, I think it's too early for that. That game didn't come out that long ago. So I would assume that... I think Ghost of Tsushima was too successful for them to not work on a sequel. I just don't think you should expect a sequel so soon. Matt H says, "Hey Yong, I recently lost my grandfather and my dog. I just wanted to let you know you bring me joy with your videos." Well, I'm glad I'm able to provide some relief. I don't know what to say, man. My condolences, and I hope you and your family are doing all right. You know, loss is especially rough during these times, you know. But hey, if I'm able to provide some form of joy, relief, or escapism, I'm glad I was able to do that, and thank you for letting me know. Kenny Evil Monkey says, I can't wait to see new games for the PS5 I don't own. Really hoping for Elden Ring, though. Ah, yeah. The mythical PS5. Some say, if you go to a store early enough, you might barely be able to spot one on the corner of your eye. But it's all myths and legends. Some say it doesn't even exist, that it's all a ruse. Austin Dominguez says, please bring Ghost of Tsushima to PC. I'm not ruling that out. Sony, I think recently, in fact, said, yeah, we actually want to bring more games to PC. Horizon sold really well on PC. You know, it's a market that they're not tapping. And, you know, obviously we're not going to see their games on Xbox because that's sort of their main competition. But PC, it's almost like this universal device that everyone uses. It's dumb to, I think, see the PC platform as competition. It should be complementary to consoles. So for them to release games on PC, you know, it means opening up the audience base of those games. And, you know, PlayStation players will get to play those games first, so that's the advantage. But, hey, the more the merrier. I know some people are, like, upset that Sony's doing this, but I don't see why. For me, it's great that more people get to play. Kapersky says, oh, no, this is a new member subscription. Hello, thanks for becoming a member. Really appreciate that. Kennyville... No. Mark says, Wonderbook 2 is the sequel we need. I don't know. Do I know what Wonderbook is? I feel like it sounds kind of familiar, but... What is Wonderbook? Yeah, I don't know what it is. Anyway. Spider-Man says, maybe Spider-Man 2? That feels like a summer announcement. It does not feel like an early 2021 announcement. Not ruling it out, but I'm keeping my expectations tempered for Spider-Man 2. Miles Morales just came out. I feel like they can afford to wait a little more. Silent Warrior 43, Sly Cooper 5 when feels bad, man. Sly Cooper. You know, Insomniac, they're probably pretty busy with Spider-Man stuff, but if they are working on a Sly Cooper on the side, that'd be pretty dope. Mike's MMA World says, can you speak Spanish? Pues por supuesto, yo nací en Venezuela. I said, well, of course. I was born in Venezuela, and I obviously grew up speaking that language, which is kind of bizarre. I know the face doesn't match the that identity, I suppose, but, you know, doesn't matter. I was born there. That's my country of birth, my country of origin. NAP is a new member now. Hey, thanks for joining. We got Cat's Fart Box. What a name. Wow. Getting a lot of new members today. We really appreciate you guys. K2 Trans is also a new member now. Gem DG, thank you so much. Very generous today. Gan RPG says, I purposely set myself up for disappointment by hoping for a remake of my favorite game ever, Shadow Hearts. You know what I'd love to see a remake of? I was kind of thinking about this last night. Chrono Trigger. I know it's more niche than something like Final Fantasy VII, but I think it'd be great. And if it doesn't end up working out, hey, the old one's, the OG version's always going to be there, but I don't know. I think a Chrono Trigger remake announcement would blow minds. Oh, Viper MW2 says, MW2 stands for Mech Warrior. Gotcha. Says, do you think the leaked slate is legit? Leaked slate? I don't know what that means. Leaked slate? Yeah, I don't know what you're referring to there. Joker Thief says, hello, Yong. As a PC-only gamer who does not plan on owning a PlayStation, is this worth watching? Will any game news presented here be relevant to PC? I doubt it. They're pretty focused on presenting games for PS4 and PS5, unless they're ready to announce some other games coming to PC, which is a possibility. But if you're not invested in the PlayStation ecosystem, I would just... I mean, if you want to hang out, hey, more power to you, but if you have something else to do, do something else, and then see if, after the stream's over, if anything's been announced for PC, and if not, then, you know, this event probably isn't going to be relevant to you. ParkFan15 says, if you read this is my second ever super chat. Oh, wow. Well, appreciate you, you know, investing that on me. It means a lot. I love your content and will be watching for as long as you're doing it. Hell yeah. I'm going to be doing it for a long time. Dave C, been following you since the first MGS5 resume showed up. Love your content. Ever think of visiting Tijuana? LOL. Would love to travel. Obviously, travel's been restrictive this past year, but one day I'd love to travel all over the world when I have the time for it. Once I've built up my voice acting stuff, and once I've done more content, and I really need a vacation one of these days, you know? But, oh my god, there's so many new members today. Holy shit. Juana Macarena is a new member now. Blatino Boy, Yong, with everything that's happened, what time is it? Oh, we got 3 minutes left. Everything that happened to Anthem with EA and them shutting down the project, do you feel kind of bad? I do, especially when I think of what it could have looked like on PS5. You know, part of me would have loved to see that Anthem Next make a huge comeback. Actually, the timer's right here. Why am I looking at the clock? Yeah, there's a part of me that would have loved to see what this game could have evolved into, because the core mechanics of, like, that Iron Man kind of suit with guns was cool. It's just everything else surrounding that was ass. And so, part of me is sad, but I think part of me, a big part of me thinks it's ultimately for the better. I think Anthem was just, that ship had sailed long ago. B Diddy is a new member now. Michael C is a new member. Jesse FF0000 is a new member. Hashtag FF0000. Ghetto Kid Mike07, do you think the DLC for Cyberpunk will make up for the bugs and performance? By the way, appreciate your work. I eat my dinner to your videos, LOL. Peace, dog. Depends on how well executed the DLC is. Honestly, a part of me thinks they should offer the first DLC for free to make it up to us. I think that would help a lot. You know, there's always like the mid-size DLC and then the really big size, or the more substantial DLC. You know, like Blood and Wine versus Heart of Stone. If the Heart of Stone DLC, I think, should be free. Maybe that will help. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying that'll happen. Just a suggestion. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Soul Harbor, I truly want to believe we might hear something about Elden Ring today, but I doubt it. Yeah, me too. I doubt it. You know? That's just like a third-party game, and it's such a big thing that I feel like summer is... That's also one of those summer announcements, in my opinion. Desk Manatee says Sony needs to put more effort and revenue towards PS Now, bringing their PS2 titles and making the service a must-have. Love the content. I agree, you know, especially with Game Pass and that service and how affordable it is and what it offers. I think Sony needs a response, and overhauling PS Now or enhancing that would be ideal. Because there's a lot of potential there, especially for legacy titles. Blade Thomas, I'd love to see a Xenogears remake and to see the second disc fleshed out. Oh my god! Super chats. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can get to everyone before the timer runs out. Crap, I lost my place. Let's see. Oh, Pedro Mota says Chrono Trigger is my favorite game ever. Yeah, you know, I think a lot of people share that opinion. 20 seconds. Oh god. Oh, a new Infamous game says Thigh Anomaly. Yeah, that's from Sucker Punch. And I feel like they're going to lean more towards a Ghost of Tsushima sequel. Dakota McLaughlin, your contribution's very generous. Pray for a new Twisted Metal Young. Will do. Got some new members here. Michael Pritchard. Alright, let's check this out. Sorry, guys. Love you all, though. I see you.
Very unexpected developments in your future. Shocking events that will change the course of your life.
That last part might have been a hair dramatic, but there's lots of awesome updates and additions coming to the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time experience on PlayStation 5.
The DLC?
Lou Studdard, creative producer at Toys for Bob. I'm here to give you the feature rundown on Crash Bandicoot 4 on PS5. That includes 4K at 60 frames per second, adaptive triggers,
PS5 version,
3D audio, and more.
Let's make this fun.
Picking up where Crash Bandicoot Warp left off, In Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, we find the evil masterminds Neocortex and Dr. Entropy escaping a once-thought inescapable interdimensional prison, leaving giant holes in the universe. What follows is a mind-bending adventure for Crash and his marsupial pals. We designed Crash Bandicoot 4 to leap off your screen, brimming with bold, vibrant environments and characters. Crash Bandicoot has always looked pretty suave, but wait until you see him spinning heads in native 4K at 60 frames per second.
I don't feel like they need to spend that much time on this.
Shoulders and probably some errands to run.
It's cool,
time to wait on loading screens. The DualSense wireless controllers bring adaptive triggers to your fingertips, so you can feel the blast of Neocortex's DNA-changing ray gun, or feel the grip when you grapple Atana's hookshot. Hold on tight when you feel the boost of Crash's jetboard, and really feel the suck when you vacuum his dingo
feel. Do you say feel the suck?
In the Crash Bandicoot universe?
I appreciate that. I respect that.
And take your audio into an all-new dimension with enhanced 3D audio. Achieving the infamous 106% completion is the sign of a true Bandicoot master. But should our genetically mutated marsupial lose his way? Leverage PlayStation 5 activity cards to track your progress and hit your goals for things like time trials, flashback levels, and boss fights. I bet Entropy wishes he had that. Even bring your incomplete save over from the PlayStation 4 and use the activity cards to get to 106%. Oh, and one more thing. If you own the PS4 version of the game, an upgrade option is available. Check out the PlayStation blog for full details.
Now, is that free?
Whether it's your first playthrough or your 100th, there's no better time to experience Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time on PlayStation 5.
All they said is upgrade option, but never said the upgrade would be free. So I hope...
Welcome back, Crash. The
they're
game's
not
all
charging
here
for
on
that.
Today's new edition of State of Play. We've got
people
some
who already
great
own it.
updates lined up for you.
It is Activision,
First,
though.
let's check out the latest on an eagerly anticipated game coming to the PS5 console this spring from PlayStation Studios.
Hey everyone, we at Housemarque are excited to give you this sneak peek at Returnal.
I have been interested in this
Returnal,
one.
You will play as Celine, an Astra scout, who crash lands on an alien planet, Atropos, after receiving a mysterious signal, White Shadow. Players will explore this inscrutable, dark planet in search for answers and unfold mysteries, which may point to a larger force at play. Dashing and quickly maneuvering your way above and around enemies is key to survival in Returnal.
This looks like a Lovecraftian Mass Effect Andromeda, with a jetpack and everything. Looks kind of cool. It's clearly an RPG, with health bars and numbers popping up.
With the large variety of enemies and the vast number of unique movesets each possess, combat situations prove challenging no matter what the circumstances are. Death
Combat looks
is only the beginning.
frenetic.
Every time you die and restart, the world will change. The map will be different.
Oh.
Enemies will appear in new locations and in
Procedural
different
generation.
windows, so you have to think fast and adapt. Here you can see the use of the lightning alt-fire, which is great for crowd control.
Is this a
This
roguelike?
is one of many alt-fires that you can acquire in the game.
Or roguelite, maybe? You're like doing runs and trying to get as far as possible? Is that how this game works?
You will stumble across mysterious devices that can grant rewards to the player. These will vary from weapons, consumables, and upgrades, and they can completely change your playstyle and make each cycle feel unique. Besides the intense combat, Returnal also has a deep and engaging narrative. We allow players to piece together the puzzle that is the story of Celine, as they venture deeper and deeper into Atropos and into her personal nightmare.
That can't be here. I think I am reliving my memories in that house, but not fully. They're corroded. Some parts are missing, others seem manufactured. But I can remember the torment, feeling like I was losing my mind. There's no comfort here. No safe space.
Oh, we got the PT segments. Oh, this is straight up just sci-fi PT.
Exactly as I left it.
But hey, I don't mind that. Okay. 2021 Sony Interactive Europe. No release date?
Returnal lands on April 30th, and it's developed by the talented team at Housemarque.
April 30th. All right. Not too far off.
Next, let's take a closer look at a high-impact new PS4 game called Knockout City.
The dodgeball game from, what was it, EA? Already got, I already saw this in Nintendo Direct.
Hi,
and I really,
I'm Josh from Bellin Studios. We're an indie developer based in upstate
New
York, and we recently announced Knockout
I guess it could
City,
be fun.
a team-based multiplayer action game for PS4 where rival crews settle their scores with epic dodgeball battles.
Yeah, was this an EA game?
Knockout City
Am I
is
remembering
easy to
that
pick
right?
up and play, but there's a lot of depth here for those who've got the skills. In our 1v1 face-off mode, you'll go head-to-head in a constantly shrinking battleground, relying on your reflexes and abilities to knock out an opponent. A well-timed catch powers up the ball, making it easier to land a hit. Use trick shots to lob a ball over a ledge or hook it around a corner. Fake a throw to mess up your opponent's timing and knock them out before they can recover. When you're in a tough spot with a ball flying your way, a last-second dodge is the difference between getting knocked out and staying in the fight.
You know,
keep your wits about you and outplay your opponent to bring home a win.
If you have played Sekiro, you're going to be real good at this game. Basically, you just have to parry.
Let's jump into Team KO, our 3v3 mode.
By catching that ball at the last minute. And I'm wondering.
Makes the dream work in Knockout City. If your crew is outmatched, a well-coordinated team can still dominate.
What if two players are so good?
Back Alley Brawl, a new map that you'll find in our upcoming crossplay beta. The special
that
ball
they're just catching each other's ball and there's no progress that's made.
Far across the map and wham! You can take them out before they have a chance to react. Beyond special balls, each map features a unique mechanic. In Back Alley Brawl, you can hop into a tube and make a quick getaway or use them to sneak up on your opponents.
Okay, there do seem to be systems to mitigate that.
Caught empty-handed? You can literally become the ball, a new weapon for your teammate. Or risk it all. Charge up a teammate, launch them high into the air with an ultimate throw, and they'll land in a huge instant KO explosion.
I don't know, I can kind of see this being kind of fun for
building this world over
just some lighthearted competition.
Knockout City is coming out May 21st, and we'd love your help in our final stretch of development. Rally your crew and sign up for our crossplay beta at knockoutcity.com to play early on PlayStation. See you soon, brawlers.
Is this a battle royale, or is it like a team multiplayer type of thing?
Time for something new. Here's your first look at an upcoming PS5 game from the team at Slowclap.
What was this game again? Slowclap. Round one. Fight! That's a beat 'em up of some sort. Okay. Color me intrigued. This reminds me of the hallway scene in Old Boy. Yeah, oh, this is definitely inspired by Old Boy. At least that sequence. The animation looks really good. So this is Ip Man the game. Oh, Sifu, Master.
That was the debut of Sifu, coming to the PS5 console later this year.
I'm curious to check
Now
more of that
let's get
game
an
out.
update on Solar Ash, an epic new PS5 adventure from Heart Machine.
Annapurna. Those guys publish some really compelling indie titles. I'm a fan of that publisher. Asian John Wick, yeah. Got some John Wick vibes here and there too.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex Preston, creative director of Heart Machine. You might know us as the team behind Hyperlight Drifter. Today, I'm here to show you the first peek at gameplay for our new title, Solar Ash. Solar Ash is a huge, stylish 3D platformer focused on speed, movement, and fluidity. The game is set inside a giant black hole known as the Ultra Void, which has been consuming everything in its path. You play as Ray, a daring Void Runner who has decided to venture into this terrifying anomaly as a last-ditch effort to save her homeworld. Ray is extremely agile, able to speed across the world with abilities akin to skating. On the ash and clouds, she can quickly cover great distances in our huge world. At its core, Solar Ash is a game about movement, and Ray has everything she needs to flow through the dangerous and unique world.
Sorry, just imitating Finn. Every time somebody says the name Ray, that's all I can think of
As
now.
you journey to save
Finn's
your planet,
scream
you'll find
in
yourself
every one of the
face-to-face with grotesque
sequel
and violent
movies.
creatures. Our combat system is simple, fast, and fluid, built to empower players and encourage flow. As you explore the Ultra Void, enemy encounters will scale to greater and greater sizes. Some of these creatures require speed and precise timing to defeat. Ray will eventually need to face the massive sentinels of this void. Wretched, starved beasts that hold the key to her quest.
Oh, look at this. This is some Shadow Colossus style boss battles. I'm down for that. You don't get games like these with AAA games, you know?
Solar Ash's vision of the adventure platformer. The giant spaces, the feel of movement, the flow of combat, and the high-stakes battles atop enormous beasts all come together to bring players something we think is incredibly unique, and more importantly, fun.
I appreciate indie games so much.
This game is a labor of love for everyone on the Heart Machine team. We're excited
Whether this is for you or not,
Solar Ash to PS5 and PS4 later this year.
You've got to admit, you know, indie games know how to go outside the box and try some really cool new things, and with none of the AAA bullshit.
If you're a fan of scary
I always appreciate
games, this next one is for you.
Seeing what indies are working on.
When I first found you, you were nothing. You were small, pathetic. But now, you are more. Are you ready?
Five Nights at Freddy's. Electric Boogaloo. The Squeakquel. I'm so confused. Five Nights at Freddy's Battle Royale?
Gregory, we can get you out of here. You and me together. They won't stop hunting you. None of them will stop hunting you. We have to get you out by morning.
You will do as I say. You will bring me what I want. And if you fail me, then you will. Both of you burn!
Alright. Well, that's dramatic. Dan Goodfellow says, yeah, just drop it in. Just, you know, gonna assume I already missed the Bloodborne 2 announcement. That definitely happened.
Here than you realize.
It was amazing. $120 FPS, Bloodborne 2. They're overcompensating now.
That was a chilling new look at Five Nights at Freddy's security breach.
Okay.
Up next, let's take a tour of Oddworld Soulstorm.
I'm not seeing a whole lot that's like really blowing me away so far.
Oddworld Inhabitants. Today, I'm going to take you on a brief tour of our newest game, Oddworld Soulstorm.
But maybe we're building up to the big reveal.
I've always known you would come. Do you know why you have?
In Soulstorm, you reprise the role of Abe, accidental hero turned unlikely leader of an emerging revolution, as you do battle through weird and wonderful environments in an effort to escape the all-powerful and eternally greedy Gluckons. We really wanted to bring this world to life with what we call 2.9D platforming, which adds much more depth and immersion for the player.
2.9D?
This sense of connection is also reinforced through the use of the DualSense's haptic feedback, as you'll now be able to feel Abe's heartbeat in high alert and suspenseful situations.
That's kind of cool.
There are well over 1,000 fellow Mudokons that you must try to save along the way. But they are far more than helpless workers looking to be saved. When used effectively, you'll be able to solve puzzles, harness their combined energy, and be given the tools they need to fight alongside you. And there will be times when the extra hands will be needed as you face off against an array of heavily armed enemies that will stop at nothing to find and end Abe once and for all. In order to stand a chance against this much larger threat, we gave Abe the ability to scavenge, loot, and pickpocket items from his surroundings and use them to craft an impressive arsenal of his own that he can share with others. You can also play as a non-lethal pacifist or an agent of chaos. We wanted you to have the choice. But there is one iconic ability for our shamanic protagonist, Possession. This mystical power allows you to take control of your foes and use their strengths and weapons against them, or use them to gain access to paths still ahead. The Oddworld universe is a diverse place, and this means that there are some environments and situations that require a little more thought, patience, and stealth. You'll find dark and dangerous caves, heavily guarded industrial sites, and ancient forgotten lands. Here, we've built lots of opportunities for you to test your skills and find different ways to handle things. It won't be easy. If being hunted by an army backed by a shady and wealthy organization isn't bad enough, there are also more dangers in the forms of natural obstacles,
why does that sound familiar?
Trials against swarming dark creatures, and industrial hazards that must be dodged, crossed, and avoided.
Jeez.
Ultimately, Abe's journey is one of hope, freedom, and truth. There's a rich and engaging narrative to discover in a world full of lies, and we've been able to bring our characters to life like never before. In true Oddworld fashion, your actions in-game will decide the fate of Abe and all those you manage to liberate along the way, and we can't wait to see what you will do.
You know what I'd love? A sequel to Stranger's Wrath, which is a first-person shooter set in the Oddworld universe. It is... I love that game. I played it on the Vita, and I just couldn't stop.
That was the latest on
I couldn't put it
Oddworld
down.
Soulstorm.
Such creative first-person shooter.
Active PlayStation Plus members will get the PS5 version for no extra cost, starting in April. PS5 version for no extra cost, starting in April.
Wow. Well, shit.
Moving on. It's time to catch up with Kena Bridge of Spirits, a
PS
gorgeous new adventure we last saw in the June PS5 showcase.
I'm really pumped for this one. Looks like a Pixar movie come to life. Well, that's gonna make for a great plushie.
The rats seem quite fond of you. They're usually timid. Something tells me you did not come to our village looking for forest creatures.
Hello, Spirit. I seek passage to the Sacred Mountain Shrine.
Our village is bound to the shrine's energy. But that power faded long ago.
Guess we'll find out when the game launches how much of this is, you know, for real versus pre-rendered. Okay, that's actual gameplay. This game is visually truly striking.
Trapped spirits linger here, tangled in the tragedies of our past. You must help these spirits if you wish to reach the world.
It's okay. You have to go now.
Story looks to be pretty emotional and character-driven, which I like. Some Breath of the Wild influence, a little bit. Ooh, wow, look at the creature design. I am real pumped for this, you guys.
This land can be hid, but you cannot stay here, Spirit. You must move on.
Oh God. What the fuck? What is this? This game seems to have some like dark elements too. It's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Is a lonely one.
Hot damn. I need this.
Now let's settle in for a stylish new look at
Right here.
Deathloop, a
In my
PS5
veins.
first-person shooter developed by the team at Arcane.
Colt.
What?
You'll never, ever break this loop.
There's no never here. Just you, me, and the rest of these maniacs.
Bring it, baby.
This is Ramblin' Frank's Matinee. This little ditty goes out to the handsome asshole trying to break our loop. Colt, the visionaries are ready to dance. Are you?
This is the Bethesda published. This is from the folks who made Dishonored. And Dishonored is a highly underrated series. And this looks like a great follow-up. It's got that same stealthy first-person style of gameplay. Whoa. Shapeshifter? Getting some James Bond vibes. Okay. These powers look pretty fascinating. This combat looks fluid alongside the movement. Wow.
You're doomed! Somebody's stealing fights.
Okay. All right. You had my curiosity, now you have my attention.
Where you been hiding? Boy, do I got a bone to pick with you.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
What to do when the bullet is the same, but the kill is always new.
Song's over, people. And so is Ramblin' Frank. The rest of you motherfuckers are next.
What I loved about Dishonored was how freeform everything was with the powers. You were basically in the sandbox that you could play around with. And this seems to be within that same vein. You can really make some creative uses of your powers.
A huge update for one of 2020's most celebrated games.
Oh, it's almost over. Got 4 minutes left. Whoa! Wait, remake part 2?
Quickly! Barrett!
Oh, wait.
Jesse!
Hold on.
Barrett! Where you been?
Is this just remake part 1?
Help me!
The PS5 version, is that? This better not be the big finale of this.
Now it's my turn.
Got your little force right here.
A touching reunion.
Well, guys, your girl finally made it to Midgar. My name is Yuffie, materia hunter and elite special forces operative for the new Wutai government. We'll prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche, we got this.
I'm back.
Ah, there you are. Someone's been expecting you. What took you?
Sorry about that. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. I'm Sonon Kusakabe.
Where's Cloud?
We lost him.
You what?
He will be okay, though.
It sounded like Troy Baker.
Well, of course he will.
They're the ones who blew up the reactors. Cool. Should we say hi?
No, better not. After what they've done, you gotta assume Shinra's on their tail.
Look, a Moogle.
It's gotta be Troy.
Stop!
We gotta help.
Is this a DLC? I'm so confused. Or is this part 2? This feels like a little side venture. But hey, it's Yuffie. Oh man.
No freaking way!
Boss!
Get wrecked!
You guys should probably get moving.
Got it.
Whatever it is they're planning, you're better off out of it.
They deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, they do. But I'm not your sister.
There you are.
Who are these jerks?
I'm already loving Yuffie.
Just appeared.
Intergrade.
Now, let the hunt begin.
What? Okay, so we're departing from
Get down here, Bert.
the original game, obviously, quite a bit with that. I can't notice a huge difference, but high resolution. Some stuff looks sharper. Better frame rate and performance, I presume. Yeah, oh yeah, it does look a lot smoother. Oh, textures, that's a big one. There were definitely some texture issues on PS4. Fog effect. Oh, this sequence. The dumbest sequence that I love. Saw some people saying in the chat that the Yuffie DLC or content was PlayStation exclusive. Did I miss that? Is that right? Oh, that was like 3 seconds. If that. Ah, photo mode. Oh, people. Oh, man. A poor Tifa. That photo mode is going to get a lot of use. Just saying.
Wait, what?
Wait, so can people who own the PS4 version buy this separately?
You see that?
I would assume so.
And just do it.
Yep.
I don't know. I'll have to learn about the details. Free? Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay, good. Thumbs up. Available for purchase after upgrading to the PS. Hold on.
That
You
was the
have to
reveal
get a
of
PS5
Final Fantasy VII
upgrade?
Remake Intergrade, coming to the PS5 console later this year.
It's only PS5?
And that's our show. We hope you're as excited as we are for what's to come in
But why?
2021. See you next time.
Hold on, so if... For people who don't own PS5s, which are hard to find, very hard to find, some say might not even exist. Can you not get the game for just PS4 Pro or PS4? That seems really dumb. I mean, hold on, let me go back real quick. And there's nothing more. Yeah, that's it. I want to get a clarification on that. Available for purchase after upgrading to the PlayStation 5 version. So not only, yeah, you do have to buy it separately, and you can only buy it separately on the PS5. Why? Yeah, that seems like they'd be missing out on a lot of sales. A lot of people be happy to pay for this on PS4. Am I the only one who thinks this is nonsensical? I hope I'm misinterpreting what I'm reading here, but this is exactly how it reads. Sounds like if you're just a PS4 owner, you're out of luck. You can't play the Yuffie episode. Alright, well that was seriously disappointing. They focused a lot on third-party stuff, a lot of it which looked good. But hold on, let me scroll through here, see if I Crash, which is third party. Okay, this I think Returnal is, I guess, an exclusive, but it's not a major blowout. It's not. That's third party. Is that exclusive? I'm not sure. Regardless, Akina looked cool for sure. I think people wanted to see something out of the really major first-party studios, whether it's Guerrilla and Horizon or a little tease of God of War, which I wasn't expecting, but I was expecting like at least Ratchet and Clank, a little showcase of that, something new there, or just like a showcase of Horizon gameplay, just something to leave us off on a high note. Like Nintendo Direct, I know some people were disappointed by it, but at least it left off with like Splatoon 3 announcement, something major from first party. Yeah, this event really didn't do it for me. It wasn't it didn't end with a big showstopper or something that really highlighted what was coming from Sony specifically. So I don't know, but yeah, some of the announcements were cool, but the event as a whole was a bit underwhelming, even though I knew I wasn't gonna get some of the big stuff like God of War and whatnot. I expected just a little more out of Sony's first party stuff. What do you guys think? Waffly Joker 6 just says F. Brother Roga, I would be somewhat fine with it if there were PS5s to buy. Exactly, that's another thing. Like if PS5s were readily available, maybe people would be okay with it because we're transitioning into the new generation, but PS5s are being scalped. They're sold out everywhere, and Sony cannot keep up with the demand. The supply just isn't living up to the demand. And so a lot of people are just not going to be able to access this content for months, if not years. Let's see. Damien Handy. Vice from Dirge of Cerberus. What that was, that one guy. Oh. I have not played Dirge of Cerberus, so I wouldn't know about that. Maybe we'll see Vincent in the DLC, like a little sneak peek. Viper MW2. Wow, that was underwhelming. Give us finally confirmation for friggin' Silent Hill and MGS Remake. Damn it, thanks for all you do, though. Oh, I wasn't expecting that much out of this event. That seems like that's down the line. I think Silent Hill, we're going to see an announcement for in the summer. Metal Gear, I don't think we're going to see that this year. Matt H says, heard you mention Rey earlier, just wanted to say this. The Virgin Rey versus the Chad Ahsoka Tano. Hope Ahsoka appears in Star Wars The Bad Batch. I think Rey could have been a really cool character if Disney had done the character justice, which I could say about a lot of characters in Star Wars and the sequel trilogy. I don't think, like, Rey's setup was compelling. How they finished her story was not so much, in my opinion. Swag Veek says, kind of sucks. FF7R new episode is exclusive to PS5. It's impossible to find a PS5. I would forget about it by the time I have one. Yeah, I think this is a really shitty decision. I don't suspect it's a hardware limitation thing. It's just they're trying to, I don't know. What are they trying to do? Get more hype out of PS5? The hype is already so large that they're sold out everywhere. You know what? They don't need to do this. It'd be one thing if they were making things that like only could be achieved on PS5, but from what I saw on the footage itself, it seemed like this game could easily run on PS4, albeit at, you know, obviously lower frame rates and performance, similar performance to what we saw with FF7 Remake. You know, it's the same engine. It's not a limitation thing. It's just like a business strategy that they're trying to go for. Lordy About says, Dirge of Cerberus enemy deep ground tease FF7 Remake Intergrade. Okay. Saiyan689, Kina looks better as a Pixar style game than even Pixar movies that got translated to games, LOL. Actually, yeah, kinda. Yeah, Kina, I'll say, was a highlight. That was a big showcase. And is Kina coming out on other platforms? Or is it a PlayStation thing? It's coming out on PlayStation and Windows. So, and I guess they did show PlayStation exclusive with that. And that was, I'll say that was an amazing showcase. I really love what I'm seeing of that game so far. But to conclude it with, like, information about an older game, which, you know, the new episode and seeing Yuffie's cool, but it's just like a small DLC that's exclusive to PS5, a console that's hard to find. I don't know. It's just a bad way to close things off, I think. They needed one more thing. Again, like a Horizon gameplay tease or something. Dan ESP says, have you seen the Majora's Mask short film the studio making the Pixar game created? Really hyped for the story of that game. No, actually. Is this the one from like years and years ago? Am I thinking of something else? Yeah, I don't know. If it's a recent thing, I'll have to look it up. Emil P. Hey, YongYea, what is your opinion on the upcoming Bomb Rush Cyberpunk game? Bomb Rush? I don't think I've heard of it. Have I? I don't know. Yeah, I can't form an opinion. I don't remember this game if I've already seen it, or I may just have never seen it before. Yeah, this doesn't look familiar to me. I can't say until I play it or until I see more of it. Finally, Eaten by Ghoul says, kind of hope for something about Game Pass competitor that Jim Ryan teased back in November, saying there's news to come, though I feel it'll be summer. I mean, Oddworld and the fact that PlayStation Plus users get that for free maybe is hinting at PlayStation Plus being kind of their version of Game Pass, or adding elements of like a Game Pass style subscription-based model where you're getting access to a library of games. The PlayStation Collection's already like a step in that direction. And, okay, one more. Mr. Waka66, I don't think Sony execs understand that PS5s are getting in the hands of consumers. Not getting in the hands of consumers, but bots. At least that's how I feel. In the US, 10 to 15% is the stat that's being thrown around, which, you know, the majority did go to customers, but a significant, I mean, hundreds of thousands went to bots and scalpers, which is just not acceptable. Dale Sean Tatum says, Yong, go back to the Yuffie gameplay. They have combo attacks. If you look at her combat with Sonon, that could mean something for part 2 of the remake. That's true. Maybe. Maybe there are elements in the DLC that'll tease what we can expect for part 2, but part 2 I feel like is still 2 years away. I don't think we'll see that anytime soon, but this seems to be them kind of winking and nudging at us that, hey, we haven't forgotten about part 2, we're making it, and here's a Yuffie, just to scratch a little bit of that itch. So that's cool, I guess. But with that, thank you for tuning in, folks. As always, it's a pleasure to stream these events with you guys, react with you guys, gauge what the sentiment is. You know, there are bound to be people who like something or don't like something, and that's okay, whichever way you lean. Yeah, this event for me was more disappointing. It wasn't like the worst thing ever, just I thought we were going to see a little something from Sony's major first-party studios. But they focus a lot on third-party devs. Which is, I guess, fine, but makes these events less, I don't know, just it makes state of play something that is less justified if you're not going to show something directly from you as a company who makes the console that you're selling. But it is what it is. It's fine. Not the biggest deal in the world. I'm just glad I got to hang out with you guys. And with that, again, thank you guys. And I will see you guys next time. Yong out.